And then the other thing I watched this week was Mare of Easttown.
Nice.
This is a 6 episode?
8.
8 episode.
7.
9.
12.
It's definitely not more than 8.
1,300 episodes.
So 5.
Wow, 1,300 episodes. That's a lot.
I think it's 7
Like
or
Dragon
8.
Ball Z.
I could look it up, just to be accurate.
I'm going to go with Luke and say it's probably 7.
But it's on HBO Max, starring Kate Winslet.
Indeed.
And it is 7 episodes long. Also, why can't I think of his name?
Guy Pearce.
Guy Pearce is in it.
Roy from The Office.
Roy from The Office is in it. Evan Peters is in it.
Dude, I did not realize that was Evan Peters until
really?
The 4th episode. I kept thinking, who is this kid? That's Evan.
That's Evan Peters.
What? I couldn't believe it.
Yeah. Kind of a murder mystery-esque. It feels very HBO
Small town murder
production. If you it's kind of got that I don't know. Maybe. Sorry. The show. True Detective-esque without being as
dark.
It's not as how do I make it?
It's not as timey-wimey as True Detective.
Right. And
it's more just straightforward.
And it's not about it's not as much about the detective. It's not as much about the case as it is about the people around the community and how they are impacted by this tragic event. But there is still the mystery of what has happened. How did this girl die? How does it tie in with this other unsolved thing that's been going on? And I think it does it really, really well. Luke, you have some pros, cons? Or just general thoughts?
Pros and general thoughts. Just great acting all around. Really. I've not watched a lot of Kate Winslet stuff. The only thing I think I've actually seen with her in it is Titanic. And I think I've made it clear on how much I dislike Titanic. Not because of her, just the movie I think is so stupid. And I'll never let that go. I'll always hold on to that. But man, Kate Winslet was really good in this. And the cast that supports her is really, really good too.
Yeah, I was going to say, she has surrounded herself with really good, famous actors, the ones we named, but also supporting actors and actresses that I didn't recognize, but were really, played off each other really, really well.
Yeah.
Her daughter, Siobhan, I think is...
And Joy Rice. She is from The Nice Guys. She's Ryan Gosling's daughter. She's
right.
really good.
She's very good in this.
Did you guys know Gavin O'Connor was a producer on this?
Only once the final episode credits rolled.
That's kind of cool.
We were talking about him last week.
We were.
Weren't we? Or 2 weeks ago. I can't remember.
It was last week.
But yeah, I don't want to talk about too much without... I don't want to spoil anything. But
another pro, I guess, would be I thought they did a really good job of making you kind of suspect everybody.
Yes.
There was multiple times throughout where I was like, I think it could be them. And it narrows it down, and I guess you get down to like 5, and you're like, yeah, I could probably be any of them.
Yeah, and then at one point at least I was pretty convinced of someone, and then it got me.
They got me. Yeah.
With like
now I gotta watch it.
And the implications of who it was and the aftermath. I think the final half of that final episode.
That last episode entirely was so good.
It's fantastic. Because it gives you all the emotions of, I think I know who it is. I think we have this, maybe this resolution that's, in my head, I'm seeing what's going to happen. Oh my gosh, there's new information, and what does this mean? And they do that like really, really well, to the point where, there's a scene with Mare, is Kate Winslet's character's name, gets in the car with another in a car with another character to just kind of emotionally deal with a scenario, something that would not happen in, like, I don't feel like it would happen in True Detective, like with a more male centered lead detective character. Like, let's deal with this emotional thing, and it's so good. That scene is so good.
And it helps too with something that they really nailed, which I think was probably tricky, was taking a character like Mare, who comes across as unlikable, but she's just had so much going on that you really sympathize for her.
Yeah.
And to see her journey throughout of her dealing with her own past, what's happened, which is quite a lot, and it kind of teaching her with what's going on with herself and everybody else in the town, and to kind of see her learn.
She has a good arc.
As she takes on the case.
Yeah. She has a good arc, because she does. You're right. She has a lot of, not skeletons in the closet, but just a lot of crap in her past that she has to deal.
A lot of unresolved issue.
Yes. Yeah, there's it's not a major focus, but there's a part halfway through the season.
Kevin's girlfriend?
No.
I thought
the therapy, where she starts going to therapy, and from there on, like, just watching her character grow got way more interesting. Like, it was a natural point in the story for her to go through that kind of a thing. But yeah, and Kevin's girlfriend,
Julia, is that her name?
Ex-wife.
When she was first introduced, I was like, I'm not gonna care about this part of the storyline, I think. And then it was kind of really important.
Yeah.
It's interesting how much it kind of actually connects without it connecting really at all.
Yeah. There's good parallels there written into it. So, what's this? Did you have any cons?
There was some unresolved storylines, I guess.
Yeah, in the attempt to make, 1,300. That's my number of the day. 1,300 possible killers. They do leave a few threads, kind of dangling there at the end.
And there's one thread that is there really heavily in the last 2 episodes. And at that point, I felt like I kind of moved on from that character. I was like, it's not you. I know it's not you. Maybe because they were emphasizing a little too much.
Yeah.
And it just didn't have any closure.
Yeah.
And it was really intense what they were doing. It's just like, are we not going to address that at all? Okay, I guess we're just going forward. But at the same time, it wasn't the most important part to
and it didn't take too much time out of the episode. There's enough going on in those final episodes that it moves past it pretty quick. It just left me at the end being like, so where did they fall?
Yeah.
With some of the things that ended up happening. How do they feel about certain aspects of it? But yeah, I'm gonna give this a solid fanboy worthy.
Same.
I think it's very approachable. Man, I feel like we're using that word a lot recently. Like, it's kind of a murder mystery that's not quite as intense as something like True Detective, while still being serious enough and dramatic enough to, like, earn its spot on, like, HBO drama.
Yeah.
Because it certainly still is like an HBO drama show.
I know what that means.
Probably. I don't know what you think it means, but I'll just say yes. Why not?
Excuse
I'm
me.
committing. I'm committing to your assumption.
I'm saying
love it.
absolutely not. It's not going to do that.
Just to be different.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it's going to flip your expectations.
Whoa. Crazy.
I hope so.
Oh,
But yeah, Tyler, I hope you watch it. I'm curious to see what you think.
I think I will at some point. I kind of want to watch True Detective.
Have you still not
Just
watched-
watch season 1. I'd say.
No, I've not watched it.
Just season 1.
Kind of make
Season-
me want to
Who's the
restart
stars
it.
of season 1?
Matthew McConaughey and Woody,
Woody
Harrelson.
Harrelson.
Okay.
It's-
Probably one of the best single seasons of TV I've ever watched.
It's very good.
Season 2 had a
That's
very
the one
interesting start and just went.
That's the one with Vince Vaughn, isn't it?
Yeah.
Season 3, I felt it was pretty good, but it was just a lot of missed opportunity. Season 1, though,
Top tier.
top tier.
Top tier
S
for
tier.
sure. Yeah.
And it's probably, 6 or 8 episodes?
I think it's 10.
Oh, nice.
A little
it's
longer.
like
It's back when shows were still lengthy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad they're getting shorter.